Welcome back to our channel, everybody. Today is a truly beautiful day, and we are so incredibly grateful to have you joining us for another deep dive into our favorite daytime dramas. We always love bringing you the latest updates, so please make yourselves perfectly comfortable. I have to tell you, when I first heard the news coming out of Port Charles this week, I was absolutely flabbergasted, and I know so many of you out there felt the exact same way. For those of us who have been watching General Hospital for years, sitting in our living rooms day after day, these characters start to feel like our own neighbors. We get invested in their lives, their heartbreaks, and their triumphs. So when the daytime Emmy nominations were finally announced this year, I eagerly scanned that list, fully expecting to see a certain name shining right back at me. But heavens to Betsy, the powers that be completely overlooked Katelyn MacMullen, our very own Willow Tate. To say that this news is simply not sitting right with the loyal fans of this beloved show would be the understatement of the century. It just does not make a lick of sense to anyone who has been paying attention to the sheer amount of heart and soul she has poured into our television screens lately. Let us just take a moment to really think about the journey this young woman has been on. Over the past year and a half, I have watched Katelyn MacMullen absolutely act her heart out. Whether you personally like the character of Willow or you find yourself wanting to throw a couch pillow at the television whenever she comes on screen, you simply cannot deny the raw talent of the actress playing her. She has been delivering what I honestly believe is the very best performance of her entire career. I have sat here in my favorite armchair, completely captivated by the emotional depth she brings to every single scene. It takes a whole lot of elbow grease and genuine talent to make an audience feel so deeply, and yet, for some inexplicable reason, she has been left out in the cold when it comes to the industry recognition that she so richly deserves. Now, I know we all have our own opinions about Willow Tate. Bless her heart, she has certainly evolved into quite the complex woman. Recently, she has been stirring the pot and turning into the kind of character that we all just love to hate. And let me tell you, playing a villain or even a woman who is just making some terribly questionable choices is no walk in the park. It requires a delicate balance to make sure the audience stays hooked, even when they are madder than a wet hen at what the character is doing. Katelyn has managed to walk that tightrope beautifully. She has transformed Willow into someone who keeps us on the edge of our seats, proving that she can handle the dark, messy, and dramatic storylines just as well as the sweet and innocent ones. When an actress can make you feel that kind of intense frustration, that is the clear proof that she is doing an absolutely spectacular job. What really gets my goat about this whole Emmy snub situation is the sheer amount of heavy lifting that Katelyn MacMullen and her co-star Cameron Matheson have done for General Hospital over the last 18 months. These two have practically carried the entire program on their shoulders. Day in and day out, they have been front and center, driving the main storylines, keeping the momentum going, and giving us a reason to tune in every single afternoon. I remember thinking to myself so many times over the past year that they must be utterly exhausted from the emotional wringer the writers put them through. To carry a show of this magnitude is a monumental task, and to do it with such grace and consistency is something that absolutely ought to be celebrated with a shiny golden trophy, or at the very least, a nomination. The uproar from the fan community has been nothing short of a tidal wave, and I have spent hours just reading through the thoughts of fellow viewers who are feeling just as bewildered as I am. Folks all over the internet are banding together, raising their voices to point out what a glaring mistake this is. I saw one lovely viewer expressing how Katelyn is undeniably the most unfortunate omission of the entire year. This viewer made sure to send all her love and respect to the 5 wonderful ladies who actually did receive nominations for Best Supporting Actress, but she could not hide her disappointment that our Willow was not standing right there alongside them. It just goes to show how much respect the fans have for the talent in the daytime community, while still recognizing when someone has been unfairly left behind. Another longtime watcher pointed out something that I wholeheartedly agree with. They mentioned that considering how much Katelyn and Cameron Matheson have anchored the show recently, leaving her name off the ballot is a massive and undeniable oversight. And they did not stop there. They also brought up the legendary Jane Elliott, who plays our formidable Tracy Quartermain. Goodness gracious, Jane is an absolute treasure, and many folks feel just as strongly that she should have been recognized this year too. It makes you wonder what on earth the voting committee was looking at when they filled out their ballots. When the people who watch the show every single day can see the talent clear as a bell, it is baffling when the award shows miss the mark so entirely. I have also been pondering the thoughts of some folks who are scratching their heads, wondering why Katelyn was not recognized in either the lead or the supporting categories. Some viewers have been guessing that maybe seasoned veterans like Jane Elliott and the fabulous Rena Sofer, who bring so much spice to Lois Cerullo, simply chose not to submit their own names for consideration. We all know that sometimes when you have been in the business as long as those incredible women have, you might not feel the need to chase after trophies anymore. But as one wise viewer pointed out, Katelyn is a young actress. She simply is not at that stage of her career where she would just skip submitting her name. She is hungry, she is working incredibly hard, and she deserves a seat at that table. Even the folks who openly admit that they do not care for the character of Willow are standing up to defend Katelyn's acting chops. I read a comment from a woman who said that while she might not like Willow as a person, she absolutely agrees that the lack of a nomination is downright strange. She firmly stated that Katelyn has been acting her socks off in this role, and I could not have said it better myself. When you have viewers who dislike your character but still demand that you win an award for playing her so well, that is the ultimate compliment. It means you have transcended the story and made a genuine impact through your pure, undeniable talent. As we look ahead to what is coming next in Port Charles, all of this real-world award drama seems to be mirroring the dark clouds that are gathering around Willow's storyline. The rumors are swirling, and it is slowly being confirmed that the ending of Willow's current arc is going to be incredibly messy. From what I am seeing and hearing, the trouble she has been causing is not just a passing phase. She is truly turning into a wicked force to be reckoned with, and all of her recent actions are paving the way for a brand new disaster to strike our beloved town. I have to admit, as much as I miss the sweet girl she used to be, a part of me is absolutely thrilled to see Katelyn sink her teeth into a full-blown villainous storyline. There is a storm brewing, my friends, and Willow Tate is right at the center of it. The disaster that is looming on the horizon is going to shake up everything we know. And I just know that Katelyn is going to deliver a performance that will leave us all speechless. It is almost poetic in a way. The award committees might have overlooked her this time, but she is about to show them exactly what they missed by unleashing a masterclass in daytime drama. I can already picture myself sitting on the edge of my seat, clutching my pearls, as Willow's true dark nature is finally exposed for all of Port Charles to see. In the end, while trophies and nominations are wonderful validations of hard work, the true reward is the connection an actor makes with their audience. We know how hard Katelyn MacMullen has worked. We have seen the tears, the anger, the subtle shifts in her facial expressions that tell a whole story without her ever having to speak a word. We, the viewers who have welcomed her into our homes for years, recognize her brilliance. We do not need a fancy award show to tell us who is carrying the emotional weight of General Hospital. The proof is right there in the pudding every single afternoon on ABC. So as we brace ourselves for the upcoming Tharm Hua, the looming disaster that Willow is about to bring down upon her family and friends, let us make sure we appreciate the incredible talent it takes to bring such a complicated, frustrating, and deeply human character to life. I, for one, cannot wait to see where this dark path leads her. I will be right here, coffee in hand, watching every single moment unfold, and I know all of you will be right here with me, ready to gasp, cheer, and perhaps yell at the screen just a little bit. That is the magic of soap operas, and it is the magic of actors like Katelyn who make us care so very deeply.